This video is sponsored by
Goji Pizza! Free pizza delivery in 30 minutes or less by superstar Godzilla. Pizza will arrive so hot, it'll actually literally be radioactive. The reason you don't see a pizza on the bike in this picture is because the pizza is not kaiju-sized, the pizza is human-sized. Making a kaiju-sized pizza would be crazy. Greetings and welcome to another MIB Top 5 show. I'm MIB, and with me as always is my countdown co-host, Clickbait.
Hello everyone, and hello George Lucas, if you're watching, which I hope you are. I'm a huge fan of the Star Wars, and I think I would be perfect for the Star Wars. So if you are watching, please use this as my audition tape.
No. Do not use this video as your audition tape.
I'm gonna show you a little bit of everything that I can do because I'm a pretty great actress.
George Lucas doesn't even own the fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, consider me for your next The Star Wars.
That's not even a picture of George Lucas.
R2-D2, where are you?
God damn it. You might remember a previous video where we counted down 5 WTF moments in Godzilla's 65 plus years of existence. Yeah, the really peculiar moments that most people don't even know happened. Today, I've compiled another list of 5 WTF Godzilla items. Now, I'm not saying these are more or less WTF than the previous list. They're just 5 more moments that will have you scratching your heads and staring in disbelief. Let's dive right in. Count us down, CB.
5.
There is a lot to unpack here, and I know you have questions. As well you should! In 2018, Toho launched a marketing effort in Japan to bring small children into the world of Godzilla. The campaign is centered around this guy, dubbed Chibi Godzilla. Yup, Godzilla is now a little green bear with broccoli hair. And he's in the middle of a marketing blitz. There are already 2 children's books, plushies, and other Chibi Godzilla merchandise. But there's also special Chibi Godzilla events for children, as well as promotional appearances by the Chibi Godzilla mascot. As of this video, this campaign is still very alive and well. Then in 2019, as part of Godzilla's 65th anniversary celebration, Toho released a music single called Goji Goji Chibi Godzilla. This thing's a little bit of an earworm. It's easy to get this song drilled into your skull. Trust me, I'm the guy that had to edit this video. Along with the release of the single, Toho debuted a promotional music video that, well, it really gets your attention. So who's the almost naked guy in this children's music video? Well, his name is Yoshio Kojima. He is a Japanese comedian, and dancing around in a tiny bathing suit is sort of his shtick. He's a staple of Japanese game shows and such, often showing off his abs while doing a silly dance and shouting a catchphrase or 2. Eventually, his career brought him into the kids market, as he'd promote Disney XD in Japan. He even toured elementary schools, and oh my god, can you imagine a dude trying this in America? FBI, open up! To Japanese audiences familiar with Kojima, this video is a cute collaboration. To everyone else, this video is, get that guy away from the children! At the 2019 Godzilla Fest in Japan, Kojima and Chibi Godzilla performed their song live. Sadly, there's no word on an international mall tour. 6! Who doesn't love some consensual coitus? But what if, just as you're about to do the hippity-dippity, you find out there's a kaiju right outside your house? Do you evacuate or ejaculate? Sorry, not sorry. In 2014, a Japanese magazine called Big Comic Original put out a special Godzilla issue to celebrate the upcoming Hollywood Godzilla film. A thing you should know about Big Comic Original is that it is considered a seinen manga, a manga that's made specifically for young adult men. With that in mind, we shift to Godzilla Couple, a story in this issue written by Shinzo Kiego. It stars Ma-kun and Kyoko, a couple who just moved in together and are hanging out in their new home, while the news reports on Godzilla absolutely ravaging Tokyo. The JSDF attacks Godzilla, knocking out the couple's power, but also making them believe that Godzilla is now dead. So naturally, it's a good time for a dude to go down on a lady. But as he's convincing her it's go time, they hear something in the distance. Godzilla lives! Ma-kun begins to pack for the shelter, but Kyoko has a thought. If they go to the shelter, they can't have sex now, can they? And you can't argue that logic! So as the military attacks Godzilla right outside their window, the young lovebirds have at it. And it goes on like this, intercutting between the army desperately trying to kill Godzilla and the couple having sweaty, filthy sex! I bet you wouldn't mind Godzilla movies cutting to the humans if that's what they were doing, eh? He makes it to the couple's house just as they climax, stomps his foot right at their door, and then he just kind of fucks off somewhere. Let them finish, he says. Right about here, I believe the roof collapses, and as the birds fly over them, the couple decides that they should do it again. The end. What a hot story! This is the kind of shit that bings my berries. Filthy sex while Godzilla's right outside? Fuck yeah, that's my kind of kink. I want that. It would be even better if there were 2 chicks and 2 kaiju, and we kick off the whole thing with the girls sticking their fingers right between 3. Our Monster Force Young Boy Volume. Just saying that title makes me feel sketchy. For every battle you've seen Godzilla partake in throughout his filmography, there are 20 battles he has had in other media, and some of that media is incredibly obscure. For a good example, look no further than this vintage 33 1/3 vinyl album released by Toho Records. We know at least 5 original Godzilla stories were scheduled to be released as records, with completely original foes for Godzilla, such as these Dracund aliens, as they're called. The story we're going to focus on in this entry comes from this record, titled Our Monster Force Young Boy Volume. And if you're wondering, there's the young boy right there on the cover, riding Godzilla like there's not a dorsal plate spike going right in his ass. When you play the album, you hear a complete narration of the new story. The young boy's name is Tadashi, and he's super into reading about famous kaiju like Godzilla. One day, he dozes off while studying, and he gets abducted by a flying saucer. Inside the saucer, he meets Asfar, from the planet Alfar, who has chosen Tadashi to save the Earth. They give him a costume and a body as hard as steel. Tadashi is now a space boy. Soon after, an earthquake topples the Statue of Liberty in America. Tadashi teleports himself underground and he finds the monster responsible, this amoeba-looking thing called Namon. Tadashi can now understand kaiju language, so we actually get to hear Namon talk. Namon proceeds to kick the shit out of Space Boy, whose powers only really lasted 10 minutes. Tadashi calls out for Godzilla, who I guess arrives immediately and kills Namon effortlessly. Tadashi then wakes up in his house the next day, but finds a newspaper confirming the earthquake was indeed real. So yeah, in terms of Godzilla stories, this is definitely a Godzilla story. I mean, it's definitely a product of that time when Godzilla was positioned as a friend to the children or whatever. Guess he shrunk himself down a little too. Not sure whatever happened to Tadashi, but I like to think that Space Boy became Spaceman, and he's out there flying around somewhere. For like 10 minutes or so.
Oh, hello. Number 2.
Oh, you guys are so lucky she's not doing this awful Wicked Witch impression she does. In 1978 and 1979, American audiences were treated to 2 seasons of the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon. This is the one where he's got the nephew named Godzuki. There was not a lot of official merchandise for this cartoon show. There are these stuffed toys from Knickerbocker that look nothing like Godzilla and Godzuki. There's a lot of packs of puffy stickers like these. And there are 3 coloring books. This entry is about one of them, Godzilla Jokes and Riddles. But before we dive in, I just want to thank RetroReprints.com, where you can download this entire coloring book for just $4. Okay, so what's so crazy about Godzilla Jokes and Riddles? Now, first of all, this book is kind of full of shit. It's cover to cover with jokes. I didn't see any riddles. And oh my god, these jokes! 65 pages of absolute groaners. Why did Godzilla cross the road? To stomp on the other side. What did Godzilla wear to ballet class? Lizard tards. How do baby Godzillas play in the winter? They have fireball fights. Also, shit, baby Hanna-Barbera Godzilla is confirmed. I would say a good 40% of this book is lizard puns, 40% is fire puns, and then the remaining 20% is just absolute what the fuck. What is Godzilla's favorite James Dean movie? Reptile Without a Cause. Number 1, this looks more like a James Bond than a James Dean type. And then is this implying that James Dean is a Godzilla? Who does Godzilla dance with at Studio 54? Lizard Minnelli. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you with that. Lizard Minnelli. Fuck. Why did Godzilla get a divorce? He's a homewrecker. Was that pun even worth it? Now Hanna-Barbera Godzilla is a divorcee. But then a little later, what is Godzilla's wife's name? Goddess-zilla. Oh boy. Gentlemen, control those boners. This is Goddess-zilla. Which, by the way, I thought he was divorced. Is this who he divorced? And then literally 2 pages later, where did Godzilla take his girlfriend? To the fireman's ball. Is this Godzilla's side piece? He really is a homewrecker. I bet he got with Lizard Minnelli, too. Jesus, Lizard Minnelli, fuck you. Some of these jokes I just don't get. What is Godzilla's favorite snack? Trains. There's a lot of product placement in here. There's a reference to Scope mouthwash. There's a reference to Rolaids. Here's a reference to Coca-Cola. Why is Coke in Godzilla's contract? It's the clause that refreshes. That feels more like a Coke joke than a Godzilla joke. Also, everybody knows Godzilla prefers Dr. Pepper. What did Godzilla do to the man who hadn't a bite in 3 days? He bit him. Alright, that one was pretty funny. This book is amusing for the art. I'd say Godzilla spends more time in this book than he does in his own Hanna-Barbera TV show. But Lizard Minnelli, fuck you. No, stop, no.
Number 1, my pretty.
CB, no. Right here, you might be wondering, what Godzilla moment is so utterly insane that it would make the number 1 spot on this list? What piece of Godzilla history could go toe-to-toe with the likes of a Space Godzilla, the number 1 entry on the last list? The answer to that is a manga called Warning from G. You might remember in the last countdown, I mentioned a 1990 anthology called The Godzilla Comic. This anthology was the home of Monster Warrior Godzilla and Tiny Godzilla, both of which were on the last countdown. But in that video, I somehow failed to consider Warning from G, which is so insane that it makes those other 2 stories look like Goodnight Moon in comparison. In this story, Godzilla is attacking while a couple watch helplessly. The man, Kentaro, decides that if he uses special martial arts called Koppo, he can stroke specific chakra points on Godzilla's body, the points that regulate Godzilla's energy. He tells his wife to take care of their unborn child, and then he charges at Godzilla. He leaps into the air and strikes Godzilla, effectively killing them both. We jump ahead in time a little bit to where the baby is now born. The mother and baby visit Kentaro's gravesite, asking him to watch over them from the afterlife. And that's when the baby reveals that he is actually Godzilla. Yeah. The baby begins speaking. So Godzilla is talking now through a baby to the baby's mother. Yeah, Godzilla took over the baby's body at birth and returned to the living to seek revenge for his death. But why does he gotta take it out on the wife and child of his murderer? Because Godzilla is a stone-cold asshole. Godzilla claims he'll grow up to look like Kentaro and he'll learn the same martial arts technique. The mom pleads for Godzilla to give the baby its body back, but he just taunts the mother by tossing rocks at her. Then finally, the baby leaps into the air holding a rock and smashes the mom's skull with it. He beats her repeatedly with it until the mom does what appears to be a martial art palm blow right to the baby's face, sending him flying back. Godzilla has done a lot of awful stuff, but possessing a woman's baby, then taunting that woman and beating her with a rock until she's forced to kill him, I mean, damn, Godzilla. Damn. The good news is that the entire family is reunited in the afterlife. The son, now appearing older, says he's been learning Koppo from his dad in the spirit world. They also see that in the spirit world, the earth is rotting from the inside out. They conclude that Godzilla's appearance was a warning from the spirit world. If anger and destruction continue, there will be no future for Earth. Wait, so the spirit world doesn't want anger or destruction, so it sends Godzilla? How does that work? And what if the baby didn't die? Is there a little 5-month-old walking around right now with Godzilla inside his body? Anyway, those are 5 more WTF Godzilla moments. Which was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. All right, CB, wrap this thing up.
Thank you, everyone, so much for watching, and to George Lucas for considering this as my audition tape for the Star Wars. And I will leave you with my death scene. As I die, oh, help me!
Well, it's still better than Rise of Skywalker. Goodbye.
Help! Oh, he shot me! Oh, it